one of the most dangerous men in America. All right? If he was so peaceful, then why was he assassinated at the very young age of 39? So what I'm trying to say to you here is they may vilify us now. They may call us terrorists now. They may call us a whole lot of things. But you know what? One day when some of us may not be here on this earth, there will be generations who will look back and say, those people were our heroes. The leaders of APALA were our heroes. Carmen Perez was our hero. Tamika Mallory was our hero. Founders of Black Lives Matter were our heroes. So let's not worry about what people think of us now. We have to remember that we do this work knowing that we may never see the fruits of our labor, but that we are planting seeds for generations to come to have more full rights than we had today in 2017.
Yes.
So, what I'm saying to all of you here today is we are in a critical moment. And there is no time to be on the sidelines. And then sometimes there has to be a resistance within the resistance. And sometimes the resistance within the resistance is more important than the resistance itself. So I'm calling on you here today to never flinch and to go with your gut. Sometimes that means that the very people you thought were your friends may walk away from you, but if they do, they were never your friends in the first place. Sometimes we're going to have to sacrifice. That may mean sacrifice the very jobs that we have. Somebody's got to sacrifice. The question is how many of us are willing to sacrifice in this moment when our communities are suffering, when our workers are suffering, when immigrants are suffering, when black people are suffering, when working class people are suffering. The question is, who are we going to be now in this moment? I'll say this to you, and I make a commitment to you here today. I'm not in this movement to make friends. I'm in this movement to stand up for what is right. I'm in this movement to stand up with and for the most marginalized amongst us. I'm also in this movement to look around the table and ask myself, who is not at this table? I'm in this movement for my own children, for your children. And I'm in this movement because we are in a moment where we are going to become a majority, minority country. So, knowing that we will become the majority, minority country doesn't actually tell me much, FYI. So I'm not the one running around here being like, we're going to be majority, minority, and it's all going to be fine. No. Just because we become the majority doesn't guarantee that we're going to have a more just nation. It is about our relationship and how we are going to see our relationship with power. Because there were many people at one point in this country who were part of the minority. And when they became part of the majority power, started benefiting from that privilege and forgot those who are most marginalized. So we always got to check ourselves every single day, check our intentions, why we are in this work, why we are in this movement. And remember, and all of us need to remember, and I always say this quote in every space that we are in, that we are people of privilege in this room, even as people of color. And we have to remember that we're not out here to save people who are not in this room. And that when we organize from a very important place. And this is where I organize from a quote that is in my notebook, it's in my house, it's everywhere. And I hope that this sticks with you because this is where I come from. So you understand why I'm in this room with APALA, why I stand up unapologetically for my Asian American Pacific Islander sisters and brothers, why I stand up for black people, why I stand up for undocumented people. This is where I come from. It's a quote by an Aboriginal woman named Leela Watson. And it says, if you have come here to help me, you are wasting your time.
That's right.
But if you have come here because you believe that your liberation is bound up with mine, then let us work together. Because when one of us is not free, none of us are free. Power to the people, keep resisting, keep